All right, what's going on? It's TK from the Comic Insider and Gulf Coast CW. We're out here at Chattanooga Comic-Con, day one with one of the legends, the OG Flash. How you doing, John? What's your Shipp?
Great. It's good to see you again.
Always good to see you. So I got to ask always, one of my first questions is, what do you think of the event so far? I mean, it seems like I've seen some great Flash cosplay out here. So,
there is. I'll tell you, I have been busier so far today than I anticipated. I didn't know how big the convention was or how enthusiastic the fans would be, but we've had a lot of people coming out and a lot of Flash fans representing, all decked out.
I think it's pretty cool. Even I noticed Katie Cassidy earlier was even wearing a Flash shirt. So
was she? I didn't even notice
that cracked me up. I
didn't notice it. I got to notice it now. We just did a panel together, an Arrowverse panel.
How was that?
It was great. Guess who moderated it? Ming.
No way.
Yes, he did.
Oh my God, that is so cool whenever Ming just jumps in on anything. It's so awesome. So, I mean, you caught me off guard there. That's just so cool. I'm nerding out now a little bit. Oh my God. So, what'd y'all get to talk about? I mean, did y'all spend a lot of time talking about crossovers and stuff? I mean,
we got to talk about a lot of things, including Katie Cassidy's new book for children featuring her cat Carlos, and they're taking on themes like bullying, and it's very involved. We also talked a lot about the creative process, like what is acting, and how do we do what we do. And Katie takes it very seriously, inventing backgrounds for characters, the same kind of thing that I do, to take these superhero iconic characters and give them an inner life is our challenge and our joy, actually.
That's so awesome. I got us on characters outside of the Flash. What was one of the favorite characters you've ever played throughout your career?
I'd have to say Broadway Dancing at Lunasa, played by Brian Friel, where I came over from the Abbey Theatre in London, and I got to be Jerry Evans, the Welsh wastrel, and that was one of the most beautiful plays I've ever done. I've also enjoyed my Psychos. I don't want to shortchange.
I saw Night Sweats recently. That was so awesome.
Yeah, right? And Mr. Leahy on Teen Wolf. That I can hardly watch that. That's so dark. And then both of my Emmys, of course, are for Psychos on daytime. So I've enjoyed it all. I've loved playing a range of characters from superheroes to psychopaths.
I remember the first character I ever, when I was a kid, seeing you play was the father from Neverending Story 2.
Oh yeah, that was
that was just such an amazing character.
One of my first big things after my soap opera period, for which went through the 80s. We filmed that in '89 in Munich and Vancouver. Anytime we're outside, we're in Vancouver. The moment we open a door and walk inside, we're on a soundstage in Munich.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
It's got to be a little bit of a trip. Just step outside and it's like, okay.
It's also great on continuity because we filmed the inside scenes in spring, then we went to Vancouver in the fall. So everything had to be identical. So continuity was all over it.
Seems like that's like one of the best places to film. I mean, wasn't a lot of the Flash shot up there in Vancouver? And
all the Arrowverse shows eventually. I think, did Supergirl start in LA? But anyway, they all ended up in Vancouver.
That's so cool. Out of the Arrowverse and the Flash series, what was one of the favorite characters you got to play? Because you got to play a handful of characters.
Listen, man, I've played four different characters on 5 different shows on 3 different networks over 30 years. So it's hard to pick a favorite. There were favorites at the time. I was appropriate for Barry in 1990. That was my first big primetime break. And then I did a drive-through, Batman the Brave and the Bold. I got to be my own worst enemy, Professor Zoom.
Was that cool doing the voice acting versus live action?
I prefer live action, because my instinct is always to turn and look at the person I'm talking to. Well, the mic is here, and you're in a semicircle, so every time I go to do a scene with somebody, I'd go off mic. Cut. John, you're going to have to keep facing the mic, or we can't hear you. So that was a challenge, but yeah, and then to come back and play a completely new version of Henry Allen. How Jeff Johns had blown up the Allen family, and suddenly Henry was wrongfully convicted of killing Nora in front of a 10-year-old Barry. I was like, I want to play that part. And then it just rolled out. I mean, everything rolled out organically. By the time I got to Jay Garrick, I thought, yeah, hell yeah, I'm the actor who's most qualified to play Jay Garrick with my experience and my history with the franchise.
It always makes me kind of think, seeing you play Jay Garrick, what would have and could have been if there was a season 2 to the original Flash. I mean, because his original brother was Jay. Right. Probably not the same. But,
no, that was just a tribute. He got killed, of course, in the pilot, which motivated my Barry taking on the powers. Second season of OG Flash was going to be the Rogues Gallery.
Oh my God, that would be so
Danny
cool.
and Paul had huge plans.
You ended off starting off with one of the Rogues with Mark Hamill.
The
Trickster.
We had Captain Cold, Michael Champion. You know, we had, I don't know who specifically, is it Mirror Master? Is he? That was David Cassidy, father of Katie Cassidy.
Oh, wow. That was some history back then. Cool.
We have a link there. And it might have killed us all because we were doing live action practical effects in those days. You know, if we wanted to blow up a semi full of brand new cars, boom, 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 and shoot flames 45 feet in the air, we really had to do it. So we were all night long, every night till dawn, hashing out the special effects. It's the most exhausting thing I've ever done. And now that they have put it on Blu-ray, you can see, I'm rewatching it for the first time in 30 years, and I'm seeing things I have never seen before because the
so cool
4K up-reses at the Warner Archives did such a brilliant job. So people are picking these up. I'm really glad because I'm sitting there watching it like, wow, I had no idea all that was going on behind me.
Do you think everything coming out with the release of the Blu-ray and the ending of the Flash, with the tribute of showing off new speedsters in the future and what they did with XS, do you think we might see a spin-off in the future? Like if they ever offered you a role to come back and be mentor for, in the future, I wouldn't know what they would call it, but little speedster family reunion.